Hey everyone, it's Nick with Us versus Herd. Thanks so much for watching. If this is your first time here, hit that subscribe button. If you want to get notifications, push the bell button. We go live 30 minutes after market close. That's 3:30 p.m. Central, 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time. I want to appreciate everyone that has been waiting right here. If you're not yet a member of our free options trading group, please hit the link below. I post all my trades in there throughout the day. We have a great community, UVH. The UVH community on our group, well over 500. We're at 3.4K subscribers on YouTube, which is just amazing. If you're here right now, say what up. If you got paid today, say got paid. Comment got paid. Let's see here. I was talking to Joe. I saw Dorian in here. Sammy. Who else is up in here? EZ, Manny, Jeff, Richard, Linda. Got paid. I like it. Love it. Baron. Man. Baron, you got paid 2 days in a row. Jeff got paid 30 pack worth. Man, the market is just tearing faces. What up, Apple? Apple just crashed. Oh, they just posted earnings. Yeah, I could see Microsoft taking a dip here. AMD taking a little dip here, which I guess is not really a dip compared to what it did today. And you know, the market. I mean, AMD and Baba. I can't believe it. And they got paid Tuesday and today. Nice. What's up? What's going on? Yeah, so far this week has been really good. I would say that it's been a hard trading week. I think all of October was just hard overall. S&P's closed up 1%. Dow was up 200, and Nasdaq was up 70. The Nasdaq's getting hit now with the easy. I sold my Apple put. No, let's get Apple. Let's get Apple on deck here. Well, that should be fun. I sold my Microsoft put too. Yeah. Cobra Commander, what's up? If you're just joining us here, say what up. If you got paid today, comment got paid. Baron put, yeah, oil been going down. Yeah, Apple. Wow. If anybody, I know Jeff posted the earnings. Jeff, if you got the earnings for Apple, post them below. Yeah, Microsoft is just getting shedded too. I had the 105 put and the 109 call, and I cut the put because I was afraid. Well, one expires tomorrow, and I was also afraid that if earnings go up for Apple, if Apple does well, Microsoft will follow, and that'll rip up. Even though Microsoft is red today. So I sold it, and I was break even on the put. So I was like, you know what, let's just get rid of it. It wasn't worth it, but you know, what do I know? W.E. Wilson got paid $9.74 shorting GE. Nice. I have a position on GE as well. Anyways, let's go through my trade. Apple beat by 13 cents, beat on revenue. What did they? I was telling you guys yesterday about Apple. Did they not make the amount of shipments that they wanted to make for the new iPhones, or they lower guidance? Greg up 24%. Nice. I think it's going to be easier if I go through my trades on Tastyworks just so you guys can get a because it gets kind of confusing in Thinkorswim because I have a lot of things going on and I only cashed out a few things. AMD we made 60 bucks on. This AMD was a strangle that I had on, and these were actually worthless. And I'm going to kind of dissect that. Baba, we made 173 times my 4 accounts here, and then Microsoft, like I said, I got out of those puts here because I was at like break even. I sold them for, what did I sell Microsoft for? Microsoft, I sold them for like 51 cents, so it was like break. So I lost $2 on those puts, and I thought I would just let the calls go in case Apple ripped up, and it really didn't do that. But yeah, I think what we want to cover first is AMD, because that's kind of the most interesting trade right now. And AMD, I had a strangle, so I can pull up my AMD trades here. So AMD, let's go to, yeah, so on, what day is this? On October 25th, I bought a strangle on AMD. I bought the 17 puts, and I bought the 20 calls for 86 cents, and I cut the puts for a profit, and I thought that we were going to get a bounce back. And then I averaged in. I bought some more puts of AMD around 16 cents. The first one cost me, I don't know, like 40 cents or 30 cents, something like that. So then I bought a couple more here at 16 cents on the next day, October 26th. And then today we sold them for 36 cents. And kind of go through that trade here. To give you a better idea, let's go to AMD. Let's go to those puts that I had. Show you the chart for AMD. So these are the calls that I had, just to show you that these were pretty much like a goner, and then it went up like 800%. So I didn't make like a lot of money on it or anything, but to come back, I mean, I was down 100 on the position to come back up 160 bucks. I mean, that's pretty crazy. Let's go to. So I mean, as you can see here, so here's the 5-day, 15-minute chart. You can see that these spiked up to $1.40 5 days ago, like a week ago, and then we went all the way down. They've just been sitting at a penny. So like this is where we just kind of gave up on them. Secure Kit, what's going on? How you doing? You know, we kind of just gave up on them here. Like I was playing defense on it, and I was like, well, I'm not just gonna throw any more money at this, because at any point, like, what's the point of putting good money to waste here? So I pretty much gave up on it. And as you can see, like today, if we zoom in on today, I mean, these calls. Let's lower this here. I mean, these calls today, I mean, they were trading for 2 cents. And they went as high as 64 cents. So they went from 2 cents to 64 cents, which is just like, I mean, that's insane. Did anybody else, what else did you guys have any positions on AMD that were like worthless and then came back? Like, this was a humongous turnaround. Yeah, we didn't make a lot of money on it, but we recovered $160 in lost cash, or $100. I had $100 into this trade, and then I got back like 57 in profit. So to have a trade go from worthless to profitable, I mean, that's amazing. I mean, I probably wouldn't have gotten profits out of it if I didn't average down. But then you could say that you averaged down, and then you would have lost that money anyway. So I mean, I think it was a tough trade. You know, you made money on the put side if you're looking at the AMD chart here. You know, we made some money when it was going down, but nothing like humongous. And the reason why we didn't make like big money on it is because the premium was so high. It wasn't expecting it. So the market, when you have premium go up like 1,000%, if we look at these AMD, I mean, this was up 1,300%, 1,600%, 1,100%. That means the market was not anywhere expecting anything like that. I think they had like a dollar move, and it moved $2 or less than a dollar move. I don't remember what the expected move was yesterday, but it must have been like the expected move must have been yesterday like 50 cents, 60 cents, and now it's saying, you know, these are up 1,300, 1,600%. I mean, it's just insane that, you know, we had this run here. So you made some money on the way down. I mean, it's been downtrending since September, end of September, and we kind of just been going down, and now we have this little kind of like a cup forming here. where it's bouncing here. So I was able to get out of that trade, and then I put on another strangle. I bought a strangle. I bought the 19 put and 21 call for next week for $1.17. So I felt like the pricing was pretty good, $1.17. You know, if it goes up to 22 or comes back down to like 18, you know, we're gonna be in good shape. You know, after hours is kind of coming down a little bit after Apple. I'm not sure why it went down. Apple missed iPhone sales, but are making more money from iPhones than ever before. So I guess we'll have to dive into what those earnings were at some point in time. I don't know. We'll look at why the price reacted this way, and you know, they have a while to go. I mean, depending on what the conference call is, and you know, earnings have been real like weird, real funky. Then we had Baba, which was like crazy. I mean, Alibaba this morning, you know, it Apple's coming back. I mean, Alibaba just breaks your heart sometimes. Like so yesterday, in the last 3 days on Alibaba, I've made close to, I think, around $1,500 on Alibaba in the last 2 or 3 days here. Riding this up here, kind of doing my pre-earnings run up here, which it's been playing out great. But you know, this Alibaba I had the 155 calls. So yesterday I sold the 150 calls for like 150 profit, and then today I sold the 155 calls for 173 profit. Glenn, what's going on? You know, times my 4 accounts here, and you know, this morning when you look at it, I was looking at like this chart here. Let me. You know, it gapped up this morning. You know, we gapped up $3, and my puts, I mean, my calls were worth like 70 to 80 cents, and I was like, okay, I can get out. And then it just ripped down so fast. I mean, it went from 145 all the way down to 138 in 45 minutes. So at that point, I was back to break even. I was like, well, at this point, I might as well just hold and see kind of how the day goes. I mean, if it goes down more, then I guess we'll just have to wait for earnings. And, you know, I already made some good money on it this week, so I'm not going to try to force anything or do anything. But, I mean, Alibaba had if you were day trading Alibaba, it was a great day trade. But, like, swing trading it was definitely difficult because it's kind of like playing with your emotions. You know, we had a gap up, and then you see all that money just kind of go down the tubes here. And then, you know, we had this amazing rip up where I then sold them when it was like 148 here, and I thought that I made a good decision because it started to come down. Are you guys having issues with the stream? Linda says it's buffering. But yeah, we had this amazing rip, and I sold, and I got 73. I got 73 cents for them. And Alibaba, let's go into the Baba. Let's see what these calls were, so you can kind of get a feel for what it was going for here. Uh, 15 minutes. So this morning, as you can see, you know, we spiked up to like 74, like I was saying. But as you, hold on. Can you guys hear me okay? I just want to make sure I'm coming through okay. Anyways, I guess we'll carry on. Alibaba, so like I was saying, it came up. This kind of correlates. Actually, we should probably, let's do this way. So we'll do the side-by-side Baba chart here. Okay, so these are the calls. These are the calls that I had, and then this is the chart here on the right. So the calls are on the left. The actual stock price is on the right. So at open, you can see we went up. We had that gap up. We went to like 74 cents, and then we just ripped down all the way down to all the way down to like 16, 17 cents. Okay, thanks for the feedback. So we just went all the way down to like 16 cents, and you know, when you have something like this come back from 16 cents, go back up to 70 cents when I sold it, was back in here. That's why I sold, and also they expire tomorrow, and I didn't. They have earnings tomorrow morning, and I didn't want to hold BABA through earnings. So like, hey, I'm up. I was buying these yesterday. If you look at my orders for BABA yesterday, you know, I sold them for 72 today. I bought them at 34. I bought them at 37. Then I bought more at 24. So I was buying these. I was buying these for like 24 cents yesterday, and today they just exploded up to 275. So I mean, yes, I left tons and tons of money on the table. I mean, I had 4 of them per each account. So I left. Let's do the math here. Let's see what that is. So 275 times 16. So, you know, I left about $3,000. I left about $300 to $3,500 on the table, which I mean, I don't really care about. You know, it doesn't really matter. Halloween is over. Take off the minion costume. So, you know, leaving money on the table is not a big deal, because this could have easily, you know, instead of me making profit, I could be on this video right now saying, well, I had a good trade on Alibaba yesterday, but today I lost all those gains. So, you know, you guys, when you're trading, especially when things are like trading this emotionally, like when it gapped up and it ripped down almost 10 points and then ripped. I mean, no one would have thought it would gap up to 145, go down to 138, and close the day at 151. I mean, no one would tell you that, but you know, the fact. I think the fact is that the occurrences that this is happening is increasing, which is a good sign, because I think that the market is in a good place right now. We're able to make money with small investments, which is great. You can make a big return with small investments, but at the same time, you don't want to like gamble it. Like if I got, you know, at this point, like being greedy would have been worth it, but this could have easily, like the lesson would be like, how many times I've had this same scenario happen and then I lost money? Like I'm not losing money this week. I'm not losing money this month. So that's why I took the gains. I mean, it was a pretty sizable gain. I mean, I made on Alibaba alone just like $600 today. I mean, that's pretty good. But I mean, it could have been something amazing. So I mean, just amazing. Just amazing that it went up. So I mean, the one thing that will show you like the power of options, like you could trade well-known big-name stocks and make thousands of dollars. I think people that trading like penny stocks and stuff get so caught up in just finding the next big thing that really the big thing like Apple or Alibaba or Microsoft or any of these companies are staring you right in the face, where you can make thousands of dollars in a day. You could make hundreds of dollars in a day. And even if, you know, Alibaba went up 6% today, but I mean, this translated, I mean, this call was up 500%. And I think in terms of like options versus penny stocks, options are a way more repeatable scenario than like penny stocks. Penny stocks, you got to wait for the opportunity. You got to wait for it. With options, you can trade the same stock over and over again and make 100% returns pretty consistently. Or you can make 200% returns pretty consistently. Or even 50%. Like if someone said, hey, make 30 to 50% consistently, I mean, you know, that's a lot. That's pretty hard for like a penny stock trader, but for an options trader making 20 to 30%, I mean that's a breeze. I mean that's easy. I'm not saying it's easy to do that, but once you're pretty good at trading options, 20 to 30% is a very low target. Tesla, Baba better be green tomorrow morning. Yeah, I'm actually out of Alibaba because they have earnings tomorrow. I did trade JD to kind of replace that, to kind of be in something, because I like to be trading the Chinese stocks right now because there's been a lot of action on that. To kind of go through some of my other things here. Yeah, I got Microsoft. Sammy, yeah, I got out of Microsoft. Right now, Microsoft kind of, the price actions due to the Apple earnings right here. As you can see, Apple's down and Microsoft is ripping down as well. So we'll see how things go. What else did we do today? Let's talk about JD. So JD, it's another. If you don't know what JD is, it's another Chinese e-commerce website, and their long-term chart. Let's go back to the 1 year. So their long-term chart, I mean, they've been declining as well as Baba. And as you can see, it kind of broke the range here, broke above 24, which was I was looking at, was breaking above 24. And then it hit, what was the high today? JD hit 25.76 before retracing a little bit. So I put the strangle on. I bought the 26 call and the 24 put for next week for 96 cents, which I thought was a good value. They do have earnings coming up on. Oops, that's Baba. We want JD. JD has earnings coming up on November 12th, so I wanted to play something like that. So I'm playing the week before, so I expect some volatility to pick up a little bit. And it looked like it could either retrace. I bought down to, looking at the 1 year chart, looking like it could break up to like 26, 27 range, or fall back to, my target for the upside is 28, 27, and downside is 20, 22 to 20 range is kind of what I'm looking at right here for JD. And also, if depending on Baba earnings, it was a cheap play for Baba earnings, kind of, depending if Baba is good or bad, JD will also kind of correlate in that way. So that's why I went with JD, and I'm not trading Baba. I mean, I made a lot of money on Baba this week, so I'm not trying to poke the bear. I'm not trying to shotgun. What's going on, Dovey? What up? GE puts, I still out of frustration, are worth $1.10. They gain 100%, miss big but don't care. Yeah, I mean the choppiness in the market today. I'll go over GE as well, because like I had an order in for GE this morning and nobody wanted to sell me their GE puts. So I'll go over that and say, Crypto Van, what's up? Cobra Commander, many years ago, I took 1,500 and ran it up to 11K, then lost it back in negative 400 from penny stocks. Gamble. Yeah. Same thing could happen to option trader, though. That's why you got to be careful. Like, I've told you guys this a lot of times on the stream. Is like, don't keep rolling your profits and getting bigger size, because you think, hey, I turned 100 into 200. Well, if I take 200, I could turn that into 400. Well, now I could take 400 and turn to 800, and then I turn 800 into 1600. But then you have a bad trade and you go down to 100. So like, what was the point? So that's why I really encourage to like keep the size the same until your account has probably like quadrupled. So if you have a $1,000 account and it goes to $4,000, then maybe double your size. So that's kind of what I would be looking for. But you wouldn't want to like go from $1,000 to a $4,000 account and then go back down to 500. I mean, that would make you feel like garbage. GE, I've had these 8.5 puts which were negative. They came back today, and GE this morning on this spike up here, I actually had an order. I don't know if it got canceled. I actually had an order in to buy more 850 calls. Because I had a day order in for 4 cents. It was sitting at like 5 cents. Let's look at GE. I was looking to buy these monthlies. I was looking to buy some more of the 850 puts I have for November 16th, and it was sitting. Let's look at the pricing on this. So it did hit. Looks like it did hit 4 cents. So these did hit 4 cents today. Let's go in. But by the time these did hit 4 cents today, but nobody wanted me. I was looking to buy 40 more of them across my accounts here. Looking to buy 40 more puts down here, and I didn't get a fill. I think it was sitting at 5 for a long time. I think I missed this right here because I was averaging down. My average right now on these are. I think my average was 8. Yeah. You can't see that. My average on these puts is 8, so I was trying to average down 50%. I guess I should have took 5 now because I would have been up double 100% on it. But I really didn't want to force the trade. I wanted them to come to me, and that didn't seem to work out. I had an order in. I've had an order in all day, sitting at 4. There were no takers. So I was looking to buy. The bid was at 4. The ask was at 5 for a long time until we kind of exploded here when GE finally broke down. You know, down in here, even when it dropped to here like 9.90, the ask on these were still on these were still 5 cents, which was pretty interesting. So even though it dropped from 10.20 down to like 9.90, the ask was still 5 cents. The bid was 4 cents, and I was trying to buy them at the bids. And you know, maybe I lost some money on the table, but it is what it is. I mean, honestly, GE I think is going to like $5. I mean, like kind of like Sears and JCPenney and all these stocks that like were once great. I mean, they're becoming a penny stock for a reason. They're not going to turn this around that quick. CryptoVin, how's the Halloween party? It was great. It was great. Chris, do you think Apple after hours is an overreaction? I don't know. We have to see what the reason is, or what the, I mean, they beat earnings, they beat on revenue. You know, unfortunately, in times like this, you got to turn to our friends CNBC here. If I can get their website to load. So let's see. There's Tim. Hey, Tim. Shares fall 4% following the release as the company missed shipment estimates on iPhones and offered light guidance. Okay, so I was telling you guys this yesterday that I was pretty sure they were going to beat. You can look up the video, but it all comes down to the new iPhone shipments, and it looks like they missed on the shipments, and they offered light guidance. It didn't say they low. So this is the thing with CNBC. They offered light guidance. So it doesn't say they lowered their guidance. They didn't raise their guidance. They offered light guidance. So, you know, that's kind of fuzzy. You know, depending on what happens with the conference call, you know, I think the conference call, they'll either bounce back or go lower. But the big thing is the iPhone shipments. And like, you have to realize when people are buying a stock, like I said this many times, it's not about what they think the stock is today, it's what it's going to be tomorrow. So slow shipments today is going to cost revenue and profits in the future. Unless like people are buying them for Christmas and then they explode. You know, take it quarter by quarter. So right now I think it all came down to the iPhone shipments, which we were talking about yesterday. So we'll see. But I guess I should have cut my 105 call puts on Microsoft, but you know, that's how it goes. Shotgun, what's with IBM? So IBM has been a thorn in my side for this week. IBM, I made some money on it when it dropped down to like the 115. I made about $100, which I could have made more, but I left some money on the table, so I was hoping for that. And yesterday, I mean, look at that chart yesterday. I mean, it was 115 all day. It chopped through premiums. I mean, as you can see, I'm down 244. The strangle I had on for this week didn't work. And then I averaged down more again today. I said I wasn't going to do it, but I couldn't resist. I averaged down my IBM calls for next week. So I have the 123 calls for next week. And let's go to IBM here. So yesterday I averaged down at 23 cents. Today I averaged down for 17 cents. And the reason why I averaged down today is because it looked like it really wanted to make something happen. Like it really wanted to kind of bust through. But last time I got to 117, you know, had issues. And now with Apple, you know, doing what it's doing. Luckily I made a lot of money in other areas where I don't really care or need this to be green this week. Obviously it would be nice if we came through. I mean, we're down 250. I mean, it's terrible. But hopefully we can get some bounce back by next week. I got a lot of time. This strangle, I mean, obviously on the strangle here that's going to expire this week, unless it crashes through the floor. I mean, I have the 112 put. Unless it crashes through the floor, I'm going to be losing like 120 on it, which not terrible, but not ideal when you're trying to make money, obviously. So, you know, I don't think it's going to come down to 112, and I definitely don't think it's going to go back to 120 this week. And right now, I mean, I probably, if I had the your 116 call is expiring for November 9th, so depending on what you paid, depends on your plan, like how much you're up today. I mean, if you're up like $100 today, I probably would have cashed her out, because if you bought it like 116, if you bought it at 115, you'd probably be up like $80, $90, you know. But it's been a tough trade for IBM, because it looks like, if you look at this chart, like it looks like, you know, after the huge drop, it looks like it kind of wants to gap up a little bit here, but it's been struggling. It's been, I guess, unlike other tech stocks, I mean, IBM is kind of a slow mover the last couple days, but I mean, it does move big. Like one day it went from 120 all the way down to 115, but I guess it doesn't really like to go up as fast. But if you look at these couple days back here, I mean, it had a $2 range, and then we had another $2 range. So it looks like it only likes to general it moves like $2 a day on average, and then it will explode upward or downward. But I guess the question is how to time that. I don't think there's a way to really time it. You just have to have a position on and take advantage. You know, I guess what the strategy for IBM would be is not buy the stock or not put options on when it's crazy, but buy it during consolidation and put on some strangles or buy some calls or puts during consolidation periods. Because yesterday, if you're looking at IBM, like in here, I mean, the option premiums just got eaten, just got chopped, like, because nothing happened. It moved 30 cents for like 4 hours. I mean, they're killing us. But I mean, I guess I should have sold some premium, but I haven't. In this volatility, I haven't been very successful. I do like selling premium, but I would say that my win rate hasn't been as good as buying options, which is, I don't understand why. It's kind of weird. William, of course we missed you. Yeah, Shotgun. Shotgun, we miss everybody. We miss everybody in the family. If you guys don't show up, people aren't here. I know Joe's not here because Joe owes me. We had a bet, Joe, and you're not here. I hope you watch this later. Joe, you said if AMD printed 20, that you would buy me lunch. And look, we're at 20. We're at 20. You're not here. I said I would buy you lunch if it printed 16, and we're at 20. So I expect my Uber Eats, and I'm gonna have a $50 budget. William, I'm up $40 today. I've got to slow down and make smart moves. Yeah, I mean, I definitely think that I have probably a little bit too many positions on right now. Granted, like I think some of these, the thing is AMD I had on, which was a loser, and Snap I had on, which was a loser. So these weren't really positions or anything I was taking, like really thinking about. And then you know, Microsoft, we close out BABA. Amazon, it's kind of like a long-term play. We're down 19 bucks on there, not a big deal. We'll probably look to take that off probably next week. But yeah, what are you guys thinking of? Taking some requests. We're 30 minutes in. I think that's enough about me. What about you guys? Any stocks you guys want to look at? How'd you guys do today? You make money? You guys losing money this week? You're down money this week? This week I'm up 2,400 in profits this week, which is most of it came yesterday and today. So thanks to my friend Baba mostly. Ford, YOLO Fire, Ford. Wow. I actually didn't think it was going to have that kind of bounce back. I mean, that's pretty crazy. I mean, yeah, it closed down almost 3% today, but that's, I guess the question is, can it break through? Is it gonna get faded here? You know, is the pop gonna get faded? I think they had good earnings too. Let's go to see what the options. Let's look at the options on Ford. So Ivy rank is pretty low. Yeah, I mean, you could put a position on. I mean, I would be looking for, if I was going to do a position on this, I'd be looking for it to revisit like 850 or You know, looks like 10 some resistance here at 10, so I would be cautious with that. So I would probably be looking to buy like the 950 call and the 850 put. That's actually not a bad idea. You know, I might actually do that. I might actually do that. Options are dirt cheap in here. So, you know, IV ranks under 50. Implied volatility on the options is at 36. I mean, you can make something. You can do something further out too. See what the Decembers are like. Yeah, the thing I don't like about the Decembers is you can't trade the halves. So I'd probably go into like November 16th and trade that. And I'd probably put like a bullish strangle on it. Microsoft call 106. Hey Sammy, I'm in the same boat as you. I got the 109 call. Mine expires, but you know, Microsoft did good. They're just having some issues right now. And I talked about this yesterday, where the one thing that I'm concerned about Microsoft is as you can see, since 116, they've been in this descending pattern here. I mean, they have not broken above. They need to break above 110 to break this pattern here. But right now, they're just really, you know, every day they just keep making lower highs, which is for a stock for like long term. I mean, at this rate, if it keeps going down, if you kind of envision the future of where it's going to go, I mean, it's going down to like, you know, 100 if it keeps going this way or lower. So that's kind of scary. So I think right now to have more of a bearish sentiment than anything on Microsoft because of this pattern here since September. It hasn't broken free. Even with the strong up days with the Dow, the Nasdaq, S&Ps, it hasn't done anything. Like it's bounced back from 100, but it looks like it wants to revisit. Unless we just stay here, like I've been telling you guys that I think best case for bulls right now is consolidation. The thing is, you have to be careful about consolidation because premium was so rich. As soon as we consolidate, as you can see with like IBM consolidation in like the 115 area, it's going to crush your premium. So that's why I've been trying to offload my positions. Richard, what do you think? It's a long shot, but let's see here. Excuse me, it was coming. Cobra Commander. I bought a strangle on SPY, but no volatility today to profit, but maybe tomorrow Apple's going to cause volatility in the market. I agree. Yeah, Apple's going to be the catalyst for tomorrow, guys. Good or bad. I mean, it just shed 5%. It's going to make something move. Hopefully it makes IBM move like to 110. Probably not, though. What do you think? It's a long shot. About a 90-cent call on Amazon to go back up to 2,000 by 11.9. So yeah, that's what I have as well for Amazon. I don't think that it's going to go. So for me, this Amazon play. So I have the. What do I have? I have the November 16th. I have 2 calls at 2,000, and for me, it's more about speculation. I don't think it's going to go back up to 2,000. I mean, honest. For my opinion, I don't think it's going to go back up to 2,000 in the next 2 weeks or even the next week. But like my goal was for it to hit like 1,800 or 1,900. So if you kind of get in those ranges, you'll be up some money. But don't think you're going to be making like, you know, turning 90 cents into like 30 grand or anything like that. Unless like something major happens where, you know, they cure cancer or something, you know. But, you know. Right now they gotta break above 1,800 or the high 17s to even be considered 2,000. And last time it was in this range, you know, you look, it took months to get up to 2,000. So, you know, stocks like that don't really roll like that. I know we had extreme volatility, but I mean the way down went from 2,000. Let's see when it hit 2,000. So October 1st. Down to the 19th. So it took, well, it did take a month, but you only got a week. So it took a month for it to get, and going down's a lot faster than going back up. Just, you know, it's going to be a harder grind up than it is to go down. It's a lot easier to make money on the way down because it just rips through. Going up, like you go up kind of slow, as you can tell in here, like this is kind of a slow churn up. I mean, Amazon was only moving like 15, 20 points in here, and we thought that was amazing because Amazon wasn't like that volatile, but now look at it. So if you make like Richard, if you make like 100% or 50%, I mean, honestly, that's kind of what I'm looking at for my calls to kind of get out. 90 cents, I think that you probably are down some money now, I'm imagining, since my calls are only going for what, 65 cents right now. So either you can average down, roll it out, sell them, buy someone think further if you still believe in the trade. Yeah, we gotta go to all. Yeah, your 2000. Yeah, yours are going for. Oh, that's mine. Yours are going for so many strikes. Yeah, I mean, yours is only going for like 25 cents. So you can either recover it. Like whatever money's left over, and then trade something else, or just get out. Right now, with 15 cents left in it, I'd probably would just hold on to it and hope for the best. That much you can do. Yeah, when buying things that far away, you have to go out like way further, and you probably put the trade on, and volatility was high, and then look, premium's getting crushed right now. So just be aware of that. Dorian, am I the only one who bought AMD calls today? It will continue upward next week. Dorian, I bought a strangle. I got the 19 put and the 21 calls. And as you can see, since I put that on, look at this. Both the calls and the puts are up, which is kind of strange that they're both up. That means implied volatility went up. So even though the stock didn't really go anywhere when I put the trade on, so I put the AMD trade on. What time did I put it on at? At 121, and AMD at 121 was around 20-ish, and it closed at like 2022. But I think Ivy rank was only 50. Now Ivy rank is 60. So Ivy rank is 60. So that's why this has gone up, even though the stock has stayed the same. So Ivy rank went up, implied volatility went up, and I'm making money on both sides right now. So that's actually good news for me. That means I got pricing. I got a really good price for what I paid. I mean, what did I pay for this? $1.17. So if implied volatility goes up to 80 and I get the move in either direction, we're going to be making some cake. Yeah, secure kit stairs up, elevator down. Always stairs up, elevator down. So that's why So bears make money very quickly. However, they gotta wait. They gotta wait a long period of time because bulls take a long time to get to where they want to go. But then when bears take over, I mean, they just shred that thing. I mean, as you can tell from like the S&Ps over the last year. I mean, the S&Ps, we just, we took the stairs up here and like months of gains lost in a day, as you can see. One bar here equaled months of gains. So, Abby Agra, do I have to own the stock to sell put? No, you do not, but you do have to have the capital to cover that. To short options naked, you have to have enough capital, which in most cases is a lot. I'll secure crit answer you. Thank you so much. Thoughts on Micron looking at selling calls? So you want to be short. You want to be short Micron. Yeah, I mean they're having a really solid bounce here. I would probably, like, if I was gonna short Micron, I'd probably wait up to here, like to the mid 40 range, 43, 44. And then if it breaks through that, I mean, next resistance is around like 45, 46. So you got to be careful with it. I wouldn't short it here. I'd wait till it kind of levels out. Abby Agra, yeah, you don't. If you do want to sell, like if you do want to, let's say you had 100 shares, like let's say Micron for instance, you could sell a call against it, but that's called a covered call. If you're new here, say what up. Definitely want to meet you. We have a great community here. But yeah, so Christopher, kind of going back to this, I would probably wait. For me, I would probably wait till 44, 45 range, and then start shorting. If you wanted to short, I don't really have an opinion on Micron. I don't really trade it that often. But I mean, it's been a fun stock to trade for those people that do trade it. A lot of two-sided action here. Which for a options trader, I mean, two-sided action is what you need. Now, kind of like if you guys have any more questions, put them in. If you guys want to have any more stocks you want to look at, leave a comment below. We'll take a look at it. We've got about 15 minutes left on the stream here. Tomorrow, kind of what I'm thinking of tomorrow is, depending on Apple, since Apple's down so much, I mean, I think tech's going to have a very hard time. Even though AMD had an update, AMD's probably going to have a hard time. And even look like after hours, Alibaba's down a little bit, but that doesn't mean anything. If Alibaba has blowout earnings, I mean, that's not going to mean anything. But Apple's definitely going to. Apple is a behemoth, so you gotta take that into account, especially if you're holding other tech stocks. Like I'm holding IBM, which now, like my calls that I averaged down today, I'm not too happy about. But I think that's the last time I'm going to average in IBM. I'm not gonna put good money to waste. I'll redeploy the capital elsewhere and make money elsewhere. What about Fitbit? I was actually thinking about Fitbit because didn't they have good earnings? Yeah, up 25%. I mean, that's pretty crazy. When did it get the pullback here? So not much pullback today. I mean, we had some up in here. Yeah, now that IV is kind of down, let's see what these are going for. Fitbits are actually a pretty good stock if you have a small account, because you get some pretty crazy volatility here. Fitbit actually is a pretty good trade if you have a small account. Right now it moved. What did it move today? It moved $1.22, 25%. Huge. What was up with the call? How much did the calls go up? Yeah, but the calls only went up like 100%. That means they were expecting this move. Well, they want somewhat 300, so I guess that's respectable. But for a 25% move, that's pretty big. So right now, like I would definitely trade the aftermath on this. I actually like right now. You guys actually have some pretty good ideas with Ford, and Fitbit for like a trade here. I mean, now that we're up in this range, I mean, either it could get rejected here at like 625, which it looks like it kind of did around this area, or it could rip up higher to the high 6s and 7s. Plus we got the holidays coming up, so people think about this like we got the holidays coming up. They're going to be like, oh, people are going to buy a lot of Fitbits for that. I'm going to start putting on positions. I'm not saying that's right or wrong, but a lot of people think that way. That's why people are like, hey, I'm going to start buying Walmart. I'm going to start buying Target. I'm going to start buying all these retail stores that are going to start making money. And they're going to post record-breaking Christmases and all that stuff. So I think it would be a good strangle play, if you bought the 6 and then the 6 call and then maybe the 550 put, 50 cents, 55 cents. You kind of have to be careful because the bid and the ask are a little bit wide. So I would probably, if it was 53, I would try to get a fill at like 50 or 51 and see kind of how to go about it that way. Dorian wants to look at Goodyear. I don't actually ever trade Goodyear. Let's see what their options are like. If they have any volume. Yeah, I mean, I would stay away from Goodyear just because, I mean, none of these options were like traded. Open interest is super low, volume is super low. I mean, I would just stay away from this because even if it does go up and you make money, you're gonna have a hard time selling it. So, I mean, there's no buyers, nothing's being traded. It's not a good product. Secure Kit. How dare you take tomorrow off, Nick? What are you going to do? Tomorrow is my daughter's first birthday. So I'm going to spend time on her first birthday with her. So that's why I've been kind of trying to clear off my positions and not get too heavy. Alex, is Trump bluffing with the tariffs? I don't think so. Dude is crazy. However, he did say he had a good meeting with Trump, with the president. How do you say his name? Z? President Z? Zai? Not sure. Christopher, are you still shorting Snap? I actually am not. I don't have a position. I do have this like crappy position here. I mean, I have these $8 calls that have been from earnings that are going to expire worthless unless we get some crazy action. I don't have a position currently on Snap, but Snap, I would be careful of shorting down here. This could easily rip to 10. This company's on the struggle bus, but at the same time, somebody could load up and really make the stock move. I think I'm just going to chill on it. I mean, I made some money on it a couple weeks ago, but after trading earnings on it, I really just was like not really feeling it. But, it might go back up to 9. Had a lot of money. I mean, up 8% today, 9% today. I mean, that's somebody's buying the stock. However, it was like generally like pretty low volume. As you can see, there's pretty low volume down here. I mean, it still moved like what 30 million, which yeah, I mean that's a lot of shares, but nothing compared to like the 200 million or these over here. So, Alex, my only worry is that Trump says stuff for the midterms and that's it might be bad for MU. Yeah, I mean, my position right now, I've been hedging everything just because the market's been moving both ways in such enormous fashion. BXC, Alex? BXC? Oops. I haven't traded this either. Is this they just have an IPO recently? BXC. Yeah, I mean, it looks like they only have monthlies, but they do. There is some volume here, not like humongous, but way better than Goodyear in terms of volume. So, if you do want to trade, you just gotta be careful because look, I mean, the ask is $1.40, the bid is 80 cents. Now that might tighten up throughout the day because I mean there was 600 volume, which isn't terrible, but I would just keep an eye on the bid and the ask because you lose a lot of money when things are like super wide. But in terms of the chart, I mean, it does look like it wants to power through. I mean, if it breaks 30, it's going to probably like 35-ish, 40-ish. Kind of late for Fitbit. I think I would just do the strangle on it. Happy birthday. Thank you. Oh. It's she. So President XI is she. She. I'm sorry. I'm terrible. Terrible. Alex, yeah, we did cover Amazon already. So hit the replay. Bad earnings on Apple was easy today, but bought the put the last minute. Well, congrats. I don't know. I think the one thing I think that Apple was overpriced in terms of the puts. I think though. So I hope you got a good deal. Let's see. The expected move was $11, and tomorrow's expiration. So keep in mind. So the expected move here was $11. It's now moved. What are we down? So it's moved $12. So you're right there. You're right there. And unless you're like in the money, you're gonna be losing some money due to Ivy Crush tomorrow and Theta because this. $11. Now, if it goes like $15 to $20, that's when you start making the money. But since the market was expecting $11, it was pricing an $11 move. If it's only moved $12 or $11, you're going to have a hard time making money in that. So, I would be scared. And plus, like, Apple's known to have, I don't know how bad the day is going to be tomorrow in terms of Apple, but Apple's known to people, kind of like Netflix will buy the dip. If there's a huge dip on Apple, people buy the dip. They know Apple prints cash, so they're not going anywhere. I made some money on MGM Resorts today, but I should have kept it or sell on Monday. Dorian, nothing wrong with leaving money on the table. I mean, I left a few $1,000s on the table today, but I'll sleep fine. Let's see here. Going through these messages, we got about five minutes left. They have earnings next year. Look if you want to. Bad spreads, good. Expect good earnings though. Yeah. I typically try to trade liquid options mainly because when you want to get in and get out, and you don't want to leave money on the table, you want to be able to. Let's say if you're at a profit, you want to be able to sell to somebody at a profit. If the ask is like 140 and the bid is like 80, and your break even's like 90. You want to be able to sell that. Like, yeah, you could sell it for 80, but then you lose $10. It's hard. It makes it harder. I find that it's a lot easier to make money when you're trading liquid options. Mateo, this is good stuff. Welcome to the family, Mateo. The stream starts at half hour after close every day, except for tomorrow. Tomorrow I won't be streaming live, but I will have a video for you tomorrow. So 3:30 Central, 4:30 Eastern time, but easiest way if you're in different time zones, half hour after market close. What do you think about Boeing? I've been watching Boeing. I liked Boeing. The thing about Boeing you got to be careful about is the tariff news. They do have a lot of things going on in China. They do a lot of, and right now I think Boeing is kind of at this dangerous level here where it's back to the consolidation period. I would like to see some consolidation here. I mean, IV came down a lot. I mean, went from 330 to 360 pretty quick here. But we'll see if we can get some consolidation area in here, period in here. I mean, I like Boeing. I want to trade it, but I haven't been able. I missed the way down and missed the way up. So right now I'm looking for the next move. Right now they're going to be. The expected move for next week is $12. So they're saying plus or minus $12 for next week. So we're going to be at like 380, 375 down here. So depending on, I'm interested kind of right now with the Boeing chart. I'm interested to see if it stays the same here or if it starts to break out. If it stays the same, you're going to be getting some nice premium crush and you'll be able to buy some options cheaper. Jose, guys, waiting for that video. Jose, are you waiting for the video that I'm going to do about holding stocks during a market downturn? Is that the one you're talking about? Abby Agra, appreciate you. Stick around. You'll learn. The members here, the people that are here that join the stream every day. I mean, they're pretty knowledgeable. Everyone, don't feel free to ask questions. That's what we're here for. Some days we make money, some days we lose money, and that's just the way. That's just the life of the trader. I mean, we've been pretty fortunate the last few weeks to be making money, but we definitely had our fair share of red days and red weeks. So, I mean, we're just trading this like everybody else. I'm very much in the learning process and just looking to observe as much info as possible. Come to the right place, Jose. I got you. I'm gonna be recording that video soon, probably after I get off this stream. So, if this video was of value to you, hit that like button. I'm gonna be signing off here. I appreciate every one of you. I won't be having a live video tomorrow, but I will have a video for you. So, hit that subscribe button if it's your first time here. If you want to get notifications for when the videos come out, hit the notification button. If you're not yet a member of our options trading group, it's free. The link is below that as well. You know, we had a great week. We had a great week last week. We'll just try to keep the momentum going. You know, keep learning, stay green. It's always us versus herd. You know, they want to take the money out of your account just as bad as you want to take the money out of their account. So keep that in mind when trading. Abby Agra, appreciate you. Thanks for subbing. Sakara Crit, thank you for always being a supporter. I think Sakara Kits are one of our #1 supporters here. At least top 10 for sure. We have a lot of day one supporters here. I haven't been live streaming that long. I've only been live streaming since what? September, maybe end of August, and the support you guys have been showing has just been amazing. Tom, thank you. Derek, have a great weekend.